It's your brother Marcus, the Element of Inspirationalist, with another edition of the Elements of Inspiration, Brother Marcus podcast. Today, I want to talk about going for yours. That's right, everybody. Get your mind right. Get your heart right as we continue to step into a new journey, right? So for every person that's on the planet, that, we're all born with something beautiful inside of us, right? A divine spark. We have a purpose, a calling to go for yours, right? This is more than just some sort of motivational speech. I'm not trying to motivate anybody. I want you to understand who you are. Look in the mirror, okay? And just know that your life is not just a moment, but a movement of faith. So we all have to be disciplined and line ourselves with divine confidence. And this is also just a simple reminder that your dreams aren't just random. They are assignments. So let's get on our assignment. This is for each and every one of us today as we talk about going for yours. All right. We were all designed with a purpose. You have a purpose. I have a purpose. They have a purpose. Everybody has been purposed to do something great. God didn't, allow us to be here no matter how we got here. We're here. And if we are here, we are here for a reason and a purpose. And you were created. You were not an accident. You were not by mistake. You were not a bleep or a blunder, right? So your assignment is your dreams. Yeah, your dreams are connected to your destiny. You ever sat back and said, man, how can I want to do this? You have this thing that is within inside of you, right? And that's a part of your destiny. And so we have to remember that our faith without actions and or works is just a wish. And we're not wishing on a star. We're not hoping. No. We have to remember, if we are here and our lives are manifested into the physical realm, then we have to believe that there is a spiritual firm foundation, and it's a powerful supernatural movement and a manifestation that will allow us to go ahead and live out the promises that God has for each and every one of us. We have to make our steps make sense, and we have to line up with our faith. If you believe it and you can receive it, and you can definitely achieve it, because we are, we're aligned a certain way. We're created a certain way to think, speak, and do. So as you think it and it's not hurting anyone, and as you speak it and it's not hurting anyone, and then you can do it and it's not hurting anyone, you already know that you are lined up for great success. And remember, your gifts will always make room for you. You've been gifted to do something. So don't hide what God is giving you. Use your gifts. Some of us might have the gift of, singing or crocheting or whatever it is. Whatever that gift is, it's going to really do something epic in not just your life, but the other people's lives that are around you. Go ahead and use your gifts, every talent, every skill, every ability, because it is something that will give you the keys to unlock the door to your next level of blessings and opportunity. And that's how we have to remember who we are. We are created to do some great things in this life. So I want you to stay positive about who you are. And even when it's painful, you stay hopeful in what you are, right? Every great dreamer, they face some sort of doubt and, disappointment. Some people might have some depression along the way, but we have to know that we are separated from those, that might have that perspective, like, I can't win, I'm never going to be anything, the odds are against me. We have to remain positive. And remember, positivity is always the seed that grows through perseverance. So we must continue to stay positive and love on other people along the way. There's a saying, whoever you see on the way up is who you're going to see on the way down. I remember my memory, and I remember my mama used to tell me that when I was younger. And I always learned that, you got to treat people good. There was a time that I met Patti LaBelle. She was in New York City, and I'm not going to say actually where, but it was at a hotel in New York City. She was coming out of her limousine, and I was walking by, and I remember she came over to me, and she was so personable, so friendly, so kind. And from that moment, I always kind of I really made that a part of who I am. Take that into consideration, that you must love people along the way. And I just felt so like, wow, this lady didn't even know me, but stopped in what she was doing to make me feel as if I was important. I was seen. I wasn't just somebody, a passerby. I was heard. And she talked to me and I was like, wow. She had bodyguards and everything, but yet made me feel as if I was important. So we have to love people along the journey. And you will never go far if if you try to go it alone, if you try to do it all alone. So we know we need to encourage others and let people know that you're there. You're here for it. You're here to love them. You're here to share, your, I guess, secrets to success, right? The same love that you give will circle back to you when you need it most. And that's what I truly appreciate about loving on people. We got to focus and we will finish strong, right? Distractions are dream killers and we're not going to be a part of that, right? So we need to discipline ourselves. That's a divine thing. When you discipline yourselves, that is a spiritual, divine destiny that we must, like, for example, I'll give you some prime examples. When we fast, it is important that we, fast every now and again. When we sit there and we deny everything, it's not just food, but it's maybe television, social media, music, whatever it is, so that we can line ourselves up and just remember that we have to focus so that when we're staying focused on the vision and not division, even when it feels like nobody else is walking with you, nobody else is doing what you're doing, stay focused on what your purpose is and what you desire to complete, and you will finish strong. And last, but definitely not least, is trust God who put the dream in you. Yes, God has said, God in the word of the Lord says, I give you the desires of your heart. There's a reason for that. So when you trust in something greater than yourself, right? El Shaddai, Jehovah Rapha, God, right? We trust in God. Then we will all discover that, there is strength that you didn't even know that was within you, because you're leaning on God and God is giving us the tools to go ahead and move forward. Just like I think about, Moses when he was trying to cross the Red Sea and Pharaoh was behind him, the water was before him, his people were right there with him. They were in the middle. They didn't know what they were going to do, but he put his trust in God, and God said, what is that you have in your hand? And, he was like a stick, a staff. He's put it over the water. And God will continue to be there with you so you can fulfill the goal and the objective and the dream to get to the other side. So when you trust in God, who is greater than you, you will discover the strength that you never even knew you had, because God has equipped us with all of the tools necessary to go on this journey. So I want to share two powerful voices right now. Les Brown. Powerful, prolific, inspirational speaker, and in so many other ways. He says, shoot for the moon. Even if you miss, you're still amongst those stars. And that's just a simple reminder that, that effort in faith never goes unrewarded. Oprah Winfrey once said, the biggest adventure you could ever take is to live the life of your dreams. A declaration of courage and authenticity will create your divine alignment. So we need to take that with us to the bank and cash that check, okay? Philippians 4:13, I can do all things through Christ Jesus who strengthens me. This is a supernatural promise that your ability is fueled by divine strength. And I'm talking about the divine strength of God himself. In the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verses 2 and 3, write the vision, make it plain, for the vision is yet for the appointed time. Though it linger, wait for it. It will certainly come and it will not delay. That's just a simple reminder that, the vision in timing, they are both a part of God's perfect plan. And just know that you can continue to trust God in the midst of everything. So when you go for yours, you're not just chasing fantasy. You're fulfilling a divine purpose, absolutely. And that divine purpose will lead you to places where you never thought you would end up. So go ahead and fulfill your divine purpose. And the world doesn't need another imitator. It doesn't. The world needs authenticity, faith-filled visionaries that are walking boldly into their destiny to inspire them to do the same. So believe again, dream again, move again, go for yours, because God has already laid out the blueprint before you. All right, everybody, that is today's Element of Inspiration. Brother Marcus Quicker Picker-Upper, and I want you to make sure you stay tapped in and tuned in to more Elements of Inspiration, Brother Marcus podcast. You know, I get excited, but I want to share this with you. As I say on the radio, don't touch that dial, but in this case, don't touch that podcast. We got more for you on the Elements of Inspiration podcast with yours truly in love with you. I'm truly in love with all of y'all because y'all are the elements of inspiration as well. Make it a great day, everybody. And remember, go out there and be great. Go for yours.